Japanese pioneers were drawn to British Columbia for many reasons. The Japanese government was promoting the immigration of its residents to help relieve their towns of distressing situations such as overpopulation, severe economic problems, and famine. As a result, the majority of Japanese immigrants to British Columbia were young Japanese men in search of building a small fortune in Canada and eventually returning to Japan. There were several factors that drew Japanese immigrants to British Columbia. The first was the Canadian Pacific Railway's transcontinental mainline completion in 1855. The CPR was looking for cheap laborers to help expand smaller railroad branches to smaller communities. The 1896 Klondike Gold Rush brought a lot of attention to this area, and as well, world economics improved. In addition, trade with other nations was being encouraged. The Japanese ethnic population in British Columbia grew from 4,515 in 1901 to 11,529 between 1905 and 1907. Due to the Japanese culture being strongly tied to family, once Japanese immigrants arrived in Vancouver, they were welcomed and placed into community groups. Many of these groups helped individuals find jobs in British Columbia. The main draw for Japanese workers was the coastal regions. The CPR had many jobs. However, this was cheap labor and positions were being filled quickly. Many Japanese men felt the fishing industry would be more prosperous for them. However, the fishing industry soon lost its appeal due to the seasonal nature of the work and the large amount of competition in this industry. Eventually, many people began to hear rumors of fortunes being made in the Okanagan Valley. As a result, many Japanese workers began to move towards the Okanagan in search of more prosperous work. The Okanagan Valley offered a pleasant climate and less hot-tempered political and labor relations. Plus, the Okanagan was seen as an area that would offer a stable lifestyle for future families. This drew many Japanese workers to the Okanagan. In 1907, a Japanese settler named Ijiro Koyama was sent to Vancouver to recruit 60 workers for the Coldstream Ranch. At about this time, close to 100 Japanese workers were already located on the ranch. In the 1910s and 20s, a number of men began to gradually proceed further south in the Okanagan to Winfield, Okanagan Center, and Summerland, sensing a greater chance of individual opportunities for entrepreneurism. Many of the Japanese men traveling south ended up working at Rainbow Ranche in Okanagan Center. Rainbow Ranche opened in 1893, owning 500 acres of Winfield and Okanagan Center. The ranch closed in 1984 when it was subdivided. Rainbow Ranche played a significant role in the community for over 100 years. On Rainbow Ranche, Japanese residents lived in spacious cabins. The Japanese men worked as pickers, orchard foremen, or in the packing house. Women picked up cuttings, windfalls, or worked as cooks. The Japanese residents had a strong sense of community, holding numerous events and gathering at Rainbow Ranche. Events such as New Year's was a large and important celebration. The stage was set up for concerts that were put on by talented individuals. Dinner was served at the mess hall, where Japanese ladies prepared a potluck banquet. Oranges were the treat of the day due to the lack of refrigeration. Rainbow Ranche also held numerous picnics, games, and sporting events such as baseball. Rainbow Ranche allowed for a strong Japanese community to be formed, enabling the Japanese culture to thrive. For 2 or 3 decades, Rainbow Ranche enabled Japanese Canadians to enjoy an enriched lifestyle in this part of the Okanagan.